Hey guys, and welcome back to Civ 5 Modded. We are going to be going into the next game with Alexander. I forget that he's not the first, he's the second. So Alexander of Greece. And our civilization bonus is city-state relations degraded half and recover it twice the normal rate. So if we walk into their territory or we declare war or something, we recover the back to neutral. And our two unique units are companion cavalry and hoplites. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, we're back. So we might have this whole territory to ourselves. So we obviously have just gotten our second scout. Nice thing is we just got Sydney. We've just met Sydney, and we are the first person to do so. So we've received 30 gold as a reward. And we're going to want the technology. We discovered archery, which isn't the best one to get, but the nice thing is we did just get that, and we are going to be able to skip the... Oh man, they're going to get us. Ooh, that's annoying. We're going to go into mining next. We're going to go into granary. We're going to move them across the river to get access to the other side for the farms. And then we're going to turn both of them on Auto Explorer. Give ourselves another worker, which we will move and preemptively set here, since mining finishes in one turn. Get mining going for the silver mine, which will allow us to make a mint, and then we're going to move into animal husbandry. So this is an easy thing we can do. Accept embassy, which just reveals to him where we are and get some gold in return. We finished animal husbandry, which we don't have any horses within our area, but some cattle aren't too far north. Sheep aren't too far west and south here. And we're going to go into writing next. Oh boy. We're going to have to bring our scouts back. We cannot stop this granary upgrade. It's one of the major production things early game that we need to get a hold of. So we'll keep our citizens up here in the north, which could be tricky if we start seeing some more barbs. But we're going to have to risk it, and then we'll use our city to pelt these guys. We're going to get Republic for the production boost, which I think shaved a turn off of the granary. We just finished writing, which we'll move into calendar next. Oh boy. It's okay. Here's what it is. We'll be fine. Cool. There we go. We'll go into shrine next. Repair, repair. Heal, heal. Ooh. We're going to go into shrine upgrade. We'll see how we might do production, or we might do the pottery. I think we'll go into archer next. We'll go into trapping. We're going to go for our Pantheon, faster border growth. We're going to get a farm started up north. Ooh, you jerk off. Okay, so we did lose a scout, but we've replaced him with a archer. We're going to move our other worker north. We're going to get him promoted and then healed. We're going to have to balance this very carefully. So we're going to take honor for the combat boost. And then we just finished trapping, which we have no camps directly adjacent to our city to make use of. There is a bison camp here. But we are going to go in for the sake of production. We're going to go to bronze working next, because if we can get access to iron, we can start making hoplites, which are quite a decent troop. Early game. What a dick. We're going to move our citizens down south to avoid this advancing barbarian. We just finished bronze working. There are no iron deposits within our city here that I can tell, which is a bummer. So we're going to move into wheel next to a production-based building. We've got this. We can do this. We're going to attack him. We're going to move here for a quick repair. We're going to move this citizen here to start on a grain farm. We always want to keep these guys as busy as possible. We're going to heal here. We're going to heal here. Heal here. And actually, we're going to... I don't normally like doing that, but we're going to kind of need to keep this archer busy. And we're going to go for masonry next to try to make use of this. Maybe we can draw him in, which normally I don't like to do that, but... There we go. Perfect. Thank you. Very lucky. We're going to heal. We're going to heal. We are going to repair. We're going to go to adopt policy. We're going to go into tradition. And we're one turn away from masonry. We want to get started on this marble very shortly. We're going to move up here, and maybe we can bait him into attacking and then leave our scout alone. We're okay with that. We're going to close. We get a free tech, which we're going to take construction. And the reason for that is we already have a base archer. We're going to get a composite bowman, which will not double, but raise his strength pretty high. We've got free construction queues, and we are going to build a hoplite. We're going to build 2 hoplites, and then we're going to go into leader statue for the 10 faith and culture to keep marching towards filling out our religious mechanic. And we're going to open up our citizen management so that we can see what's going on with where these citizens are allocated. We can see most of it's in the south, and it's all concentrated for a majority around the food production. We need to build a Stonehenge and a Temple of Artemis. Closing on sailing, opening up the optics. We have our second and third options to take our religious mechanic. We are going to go apostles of... Can we try something different? We're going to go to... Well, we really don't have that many there. We're going to do something a little different. We're going to try to do something a little different every time we play this. So we are going to go to foreign knowledge. We are going to go to... We're going to take... We're going to go iconism labor, and we're going to go... we're going to go... no, because we usually take apostles of opulence. We have quite the... We're going to go +1 faith from desert tiles, because we're in a very desert area, or a very high concentrate desert area, however you want to say it. High density, whatever. We are going to take that in the... Because, yeah, these are all adding now +1, which is solid. Oh, that's great. So we have one more hoplite queued. We're going to send both of our hoplite battalion up north, which didn't mean to send that guy there. We're going to finish that nice pasture. Take our archer down there to heal. Get the farm going. Almost there we go. We've got Athens as marble. We're going to work these guys in tandem, so we're not going to get it too aggressive in case there's multiple units up there. We have a free policy, which we're going to take aristocracy to increase our wonder production. We've got companion cavalry, which we'll try to build 2 of once we're done with Stonehenge. And oh, there we go. That's beautiful. We're going to pincer them. Move him south, get him started on another silver mine. Head him north, get him started on a road so that when we bring our hoplites down south, they'll be able to move faster. Take care of that. Take a sip of water. So, we are hemorrhaging a little bit of gold, but it's an unfortunately necessary evil. So we're going to polish off the rest of our religion mechanic here. And we are going to do, for this one we are going to do +2 gold per turn. And we're going to do gain 50 faith each time a great person is expended. And now we are going to select Inquisitor so that we can protect our city against any counter faith actions. We're going to set those guys both to heal up north. That way when we move them down south, they'll be ready for combat. That's an annoyingly close civilization to, or city to us. It's a little rude, to be honest. So we're going to probably take that out relatively soon. We're going to get Oracle next for a free quick policy, and then we're going to get Statue of Zeus, and then we're going to get Pyramids. Pyramids so we can double our workers, Statue of Zeus to up our combat efficiency, and Oracle so we can get our hands on a free policy sooner than later. And as we let those 3 wonders queue up, we're going to move into ironworking so we can get our hands on swordsmen. The only downside to Greece is that their unique units are very early game, so they're good and bad for that reason. We've got a little bit of gold here, which we're going to use. And I think we're going to send we're not going to settle the city up here because it's just not what I consider ideal. But we are going to use our great general to start capturing these tiles. And that way we can get our hands on fur, which is nice, deer resource, stone, timber, and some more silver. Silver is going to be a nice commodity to trade. What a dickhead. This was my area first. We've got accuracy 3, so now in open fields. Boom. Boom. Cool, so we're going to get ourselves this, which allows us to upgrade for cheaper and also increase our experience gain. And you know what? We are going to make a bid for Sao Paulo. I want to take that out. Which will coincide very well with our timing of producing the Statue of Zeus. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to toggle... We're going to toggle one more Hoplite and one more Composite Bowman. And we're going to cycle the Pyramid down 1 so we can get one more melee infantry down. We're going to put him on... Oop, we did not want to do that. We're going to put him up there. We're going to build a road to Sydney here. And we actually are going to turn him on auto discover or auto explore. We're going to get these workers on the west side of the country. And we do have a, well, we met Valletta. We're not the first person to do that. That's okay. We're going to dismiss this. We have a policy accumulated. We're going to put it on discipline to allow us to give us strength when we have units that are adjacent to each other. We did get a notification that 2 players have begun building the Great Lighthouse, so we are going to go ahead and invest in doing that. And we're going to build Mausoleum of Halicarnassus because we have a source of marble to make use of that for a plus 2 gold. And we're also going to do Colossus and Hanging Gardens, and then we'll reassess once those are finished. We've got some silver mines we need to develop south, and we're good to go, I think, for a war. I decided we're going to try to go a little bit more aggressive. Parthenon got built and so did the Terracotta. I'm not too worried about that. Those are both non-high priority wonders for me. I did decide that I think we're going to go a little more aggressively on some of the battling because I kind of felt like last game was kind of boring in the grand scheme of things. Wasn't really my intention for it to be boring, but I know that like 50% of the game went by before we even saw combat, so we are going to declare war. Sorry, British Santa Claus, or Brazilian Santa Claus. We're going to move in here. Cool. We're going to develop a bison camp there. Really not a whole lot here that benefits the city in the north as far as what it, obviously what it actually is workable by. But once again, it's a combination of strategic resources and luxury resources you can still trade away and use. And also I just like it as an aesthetic to developing your property, your city, your civilization. So we are going to move here to develop this. We're going to heal because we've decided to give a unit this medic 1, and that gives other units an additional 5 HP per turn, so should be interesting to watch them go up. Yeah, there we go. We're going to go to Valletta for 9 gold, sending that train route. Okay, that hurt. We're going to have to use a promotion to do heal instantly. We are going to actually, we're going to station him in here, put him to sleep. And I think we're going to go to peace with him just because I really don't want to lose these units. But we are going to be happy to go back to war. So we did, the downside is that we didn't take the city, but we did get some more experience. And we didn't lose any units, so... It's going to reduce our reliability rating, but I am going to go back to war with him as soon as the peace treaty ends. And in the meantime, we're going to get a road finished to Sydney here. And we're going to complete National Epic, National College, Borobudur, Hagia Sophia, and then we're going to focus on a couple of small things. But once we finish this, we'll work on those. Oof, he is far ahead. Alhambra, that far ahead? Ruh-roh. we're going to start a great engineer and create a manufacturing. We're going to complete the road to Sydney and kind of start to re-encompass Sao Paulo.
Hola.
So we're going to use one of the missionaries to bring this up to 20, I think. Good. One missionary to go to Sydney here. And we're going to keep one missionary in reserve up north, because when we found our second city, that's where we'll use them. We're going to bring him back here and put him to sleep. We just finished guilds. We're going to move on to education. We're going to set up a great profit here. We're clearing some of the jungle now just to kind of get rid of some debuffs as well as keep our workers busy. We're going to go to collective rule so we can get a free settler. And I think we're going to set up shop along this coastline, securing a trade route to Valletta as well as accessing... guess not really a whole lot of benefits there yet, but we'll get there. One, two, three. Okay, there we go. We'll fill it up with the basic builds. And we're going to move on to machinery next so we can get our hands on crossbowmen, which should help us take out Sao Paulo. And we're going to just keep disrupting and just getting rid of debuffs there. We got attacked by that bow, but we're hardy enough to survive, so we took the ability March, which allows him to heal every turn. So we've got plenty of stuff to do here now. We're going to send our work over here. Cool. Got our units upgraded. You're going to go back to metal casting. And we've got the road completed to our second city. We have a great artist. We're just going to pop a golden age because I think that's one of the most beneficial things you can do. And because we have guilds, it looks like we've got a predominant focus of markets in the city. We are going to declare war again. We are going to polish off that tree, and then it's going to give us access to... Well, we're going to do a barracks upgrade. We're going to do a palisade wall. And then we're going to do workshop, sawmill, and apothecary. We're going to get access to a great general, which we are going to send up north to take the rest of the goodies we want to take. Oof. Okay. This is huge. We just got a +1 range on this crossbowman, so we can hit Sao Paulo outside of the range of retaliation, which is terrific as long as we remain with line of sight. And we also, which was cool, we also were able to knock out this camp, thereby securing Sydney as our ally and having them declare war on Pedro. So this is a 2-for-1 on this. Good round on this one. So we just got another, great general because we have been fighting so much. So that's good news. We're actually going to move him north, secure him in case people attack. Move our Inquisitor in there. We're going to see if we can't catch up with this physics to build Notre Dame before it gets built. That's awesome. He's healing just enough, and we are hitting Sao Paulo, which is just terrific. And doing enough damage to stop it from like really healing. Yay! So we took Sao Paulo. We probably could have fought it, but I'm okay with this. So what we'll do is we're going to station our troops on the road here. We have ourselves another great engineer, which we're going to load here. And we're going to continue building up this city, which is going to be like a predominant gold maker. We're going to give him just a random thing as we pillage this because we do not want this city for 2 reasons. 1, I have a city here proximity-wise that really doesn't benefit this. 2, this is not where I prefer to build a city. It does grant me access to a mountain tile to build like Machu Picchu, but I do not want that. I prefer to min-max the tiles as much as possible, and for me, I've got this city-state interfering with some of these tile spaces, and I also have these city-states. So, I mean, it is not a bad location per se, but it's not where I would want one, and it's an enemy city, so it's going to go bye-bye. We are going to take Paidi next, just to have an option of building the Mosque of Gen, and we've got physics that just completed here. We're going to toggle on Notre Dame next. Great Mosque after that, and we're going to rotate onto Chivalry. We did lose out to Alhambra, but it will give us access to Knights, which are pretty strong. Okay, so we're going to lose to Notre Dame. It is what it is. Not ideal. Kind of sucks, but we're going to just rotate to Mosque of Gen. Keep our units on sleep. Probably Gandhi. I'll bet any money it's Gandhi who builds this. Yeah. So Gandhi's our wonder threat. He needs to get into some war. That's the problem. He doesn't have an actual clear enemy, it looks like. And he might be getting taken out by Riga, although it could be Germany, because Germany's pretty aggressive. So we're caught up on wonders for the time being. So we're going to build a harbor, alchemist, mint, market, inn, and herbalist. As long as we keep ourselves busy, that's what's important. We're going to take steel as our next tech, and that'll give us 3 turns of breathing room to catch up on our production. We get a single spy, which we're going to put into our capital of Athens to protect it. Using counter-espionage operations, we are going to move into acoustics next. You know what? To be safe, we're going to move into banking because Forbidden Palace has a higher priority since it gives us more world delegates. We are going to build a road to Valletta here since now we are no longer at war. Who took it? Ooh, that is so close. Riga was barely hanging on. I'm really impressed that they survived. So we're going to use this to get our printing press. Go into astronomy. And we are going to create the Heroic Epic, Global Theater, and Leaning Tower. So now that this city's gone, we have access to spread quite well into the west here to encompass this. And then we'll take Rio de Janeiro and be pretty happy with that until we move into another continent. We're gonna be friends with Germany. I don't know enough about so I'm cool with that. They're taking over Mumbai, which should allow us to hopefully beat Gandhi to some wonders, because he's got to worry about defending himself. So I actually really dig that. We're going to go granary upgrade, leader statue, library, bum, bum, bum. Go back to Athens. Then we're going to go olive press, pottery, smokehouse, stoneworks, and wall. We're going to finish off honor and then rotate to the left tree and finish off that. Take great general. And we're going to go for a citadel there. And we're going to go for a citadel here. And we're going to move this missionary finally down to Sparta to spread our religion. And we're going to go for acoustics. Only 2 turns to Himeji Castle, so hoping we beat that. We got an Inquisitor here now, so we're protected against counter-espionage, heresy tactics, religion. We've got both of our citadels dropped here to have a border expanse. And because of that, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our crossbowmen to these citadels, and we're going to frontline them with these pikemen. We've got a Grand Engineer here. We're going to move this, and that way we'll be able to work 3 of those manufactories. We finished acoustics, so we're going to move on to architecture, because we've got 2, actually we've got 3. No, we want you eradicated. We've got 3 wonders here we can work. Going to move him here. Looks like these are all... We're going to polish off honor and then move to tradition and then move to patronage. Because we actually, we might do patronage real quick on our next policy, because we want to be access to building the Forbidden Palace for the bonus delegates. So we'll start from the bottom on that one, load it up. Use our artist here to boost our culture, or writer, excuse me. We've got 2 spies here. We're going to put 1 into Sparta and an additional 1, or extra 1 into Riga. Riga is over here. Be nice to see what's going on. We have eyes on these 2, and he's already an ally. Move on to economics for a series of tile improvements. Watermill, aqueduct, cistern, grand market, and bank. Oh, 1 more. And spy headquarters. We're going to adopt a policy. We're going to go into patronage. And we're going to go to chemistry next to give us some breathing room on our wonder ketchup, or on our production ketchup. We are going to not work these. We're going to clear the forest stuff on them, but we're not going to develop them into anything else. That way, when we do get into war, we won't have to worry about the smoking, burning ruin if somebody pillages them, and then we'll feel like I always feel obligated to repair them. This is Lord Ashurbanipal of Assyria, and I'm sure I mispronounced that. Cool. We're going to clear the marsh on here. We're going to clear the jungle here. Is that a regular? That's a timber. We don't want to get rid of that. The rest of those are silver mines. Don't want to get rid of that. We can use him over here though, and we will do so by moving him to that lumber mill. We're going to clear the forest on here. We've got a couple spies that need allocating. We're going to send them to Sydney and Valletta, and that way we can secure a complete line of diplomacy between our two city-states here, and that also will secure our allies. And now we actually see what's going on over here. So I'm actually going to invest 1,000 gold into Valletta, pledge to protect. Invest 1,000 gold into Riga, pledge to protect, and now we have way better observation. And we've got watermill here, Forbidden Palace, windmill, sewer, seaport, roasting. There we go. Not at the moment, Bismarck. We're going to do industrialization next for Big Ben, as well as coal deposits and the Gatling gun, which is an upgrade to the crossbowman. So now that our worker's free, finally, we're going to move him up here. Clear the jungle here. Open borders for Bismarck there. New unit from Valletta. And double coal deposit. And we are working already one of them. We already had the guy moving there, so we might as well. We're going to need a cannon, actually. We're going to keep that cannon. We are going to go to metallurgy, and we're going to upgrade our crossbowmen, and that way we can use we can actually upgrade these pikemen into lancers. We've got access to National Naval Academy. We're going to go factory, printer, constabulary, and then we're going to go into armory.
Hola.
Yeah, all right, cool. We've got a scientist here that we're going to use for archaeology. Go back into metallurgy.
Hola.
Sorry, buddy. And this time, not only do we have Sydney from right off the bat, we also have Valletta, and we have Riga. So we're gonna do Red Fort, and we're gonna do Arsenal, Trade, Coliseum, Caravanserai. We're just gonna pretty much polish that off. Oh crap, that was a misclick. Not the worst, but it was definitely a misclick. Cool. So we did just get March on this. We actually have double strike on this, and yeah, that's kind of fortunate, or that is very fortunate. We've got the option of a great merchant, which will deploy a trade post. We've got a rider here we're going to use for our culture. Okay, so we haven't lost a unit yet, knock on wood. We're going to take care of that guy. We're going to move him back. Use our double strike here. Move him up. We got a musket man we're going to move up. That's good. Deploy our great merchant here. Quash these two. And our first decision is going to be a world fair. Oh, Incans again. How ironic. I was going to say, what would be hitting that? But now we know. Another option of a engineer, which we'll deploy here to cover this, turn this Iron Mine 3 into an Iron Mine 6, at least as far as production goes. Did I lose a unit? I did. I lost my cannon. That's kind of annoying. Which we will give this Lancer March for heals every turn. Cool. So one of my cities was happy that we got fur. Got a bunch of information here. We're going to go into Monarchy to turn our 147 and 58 into 184 and 69. That was a good investment, just like last game. Delete him. Oof, I should have waited on that. Okay, so we're going to do military science next. We're going to go into public school, zoo, opera house, agora, blacksmith, and Oxford. And then we're just going to add a couple things there. Nah, you're not getting that. We're not giving you that easy of an out. Okay, cool. So we just upgraded that and went from 24 to 10. Okay, he does die. Oh, that's kind of annoying. We were bound to eventually, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating when it happens. Sorry, I do not have an interest in doing that, but you can come give me a hand over here if you're so inclined. We are going to... Perfect. So we were able to eliminate that with a double strike. We're almost set to the point where I think we'll get March to give him the ability to heal every turn, even when actions are performed. That'll be good. Boom. Cool. A little expensive on our side, but we'll take it. We're going to get dynamite so we can get ourselves howitzers. My wife came into the room and I muted my mic and I forgot to unmute my mic, so rookie mistake. So we're going to take it from the top. We just polished off Brazil. Now that you can hear my voice, we're going to move here. We just made a negotiation with India to get their city on the coast. And then we're going to move troops inland to get Delhi. And then from here, it looks like Germany's got all coastal cities, which will make it good for us if we can hit them hard and fast. Oh, it's kind of annoying. That's funny, though. Prime example. So, in the Morocco gameplay, we did a pledge to protect, and we discussed what the pledging to protect mechanic does for city-states. In this case, Germany's military units must be somewhat high because they asked for a tribute of a city-state we're protecting, and they gave in. So it was like a roll check against the strength of our army versus theirs. I don't know if proximity ties into it. Like if our units are near them, they feel stronger. It could be. I'd have to look into it. But this is a perfect thing. So now he's addressed it to us, kind of being a smug dick. And now we have a choice to make where we can maintain relations with Riga by saying you will pay for this, but it will anger Germany temporarily. And there's really no other option. I'm not going to offer the city-states protection if I'm not willing to back it up. So this kind of just cements our plans to go to war. I do see, based on our diplomat here, I do see this spy for the German settler. We don't really want that to go too many places. So we're going to try to finish this off quick. Oh! I don't think I ever knew that, like that you can still use a citadel on an antiquity site to seize the land. I like that. We haven't even done an antiquity site yet, so what we're going to do is, since in the last game in Morocco we didn't build any archaeologists, we are going to get a couple queued now so you can see what these do. So we're going to go 2 archaeologists here. We're going to go, or 3, we're going to go 3 and 3. We have another opportunity for a manufactory, which we will send here. And we're going to... Actually, you know what? I actually kind of like the aesthetic of this oil well. So we're going to leave that alone. And we're going to send that south to Rio de Janeiro to affect this here, because that's not even finished yet. Another thing we can do, another part of the city-state interactions, is that we can actually give them funding to develop resources. So we're going to go to Give to Gift. 200 gold to improve a resource, and now we get oil access from them. We're going to check here. Nothing there. Something here, oil. They were already going to finish it, but I don't know, I kind of like, we got the excess gold, so why not? Our first archaeologist is done. We're going to move him 2 tiles over here. And our next archaeologist is done. We're going to move him to this farm. Construct an archaeological dig. And a couple turns later, maybe even 1, we'll check in. All right. We're going to give this gift because I don't think we need this at the moment. We're going to send him here. Send this guy here. Turn automated build improvements on. Move him down here. Move this guy here. Move this here. Move this here. And, oh, okay, we're going to move these 2 units back. We literally just hit plastics to get infantry, and that'll bump the strength of this unit up from 50 to 70. And also, we're going to go into ballistics next, and that way we can get the machine gun upgrade for our Gatling. So once we complete this, we have a couple options. We can either make a Greek, or if you don't have the space, it'll give you other recommendations. Artifact for some culture and tourism. Or, in this case, this is a workable tile, and I want to give it a landmark improvement. So for every era... Perfect. So for every era, you get +1 culture. So we're 4 eras in. Helps us era on the side of caution. Cover a lot of spit ground here. There we go. We're going to create a couple more archaeologists because I see some spots here, and it's just kind of a nice thing to remove those. And now we're going to go into World Fair because I do not know how anyone was able to muster enough no votes or why. You typically don't see that from the bots. We're going to polish off Piety, receive a free writer, which we'll use for our culture. We are going to ixnay these little sub things. We have an opportunity to use this, which is in line of our Sparta city. So we're putting a monument, landmark, excuse me. We've got the ability to select our next proposal, which is going to be international games. And now, well, is that within range? Yeah, it's within 3 tiles of Rio de Janeiro. So we're going to collapse. We're going to, just for the sake of its one turn, we're going to go research lab. Then we're going to go to World Fair and then do the same for this. So the World Fair gives us, once again, in case people forgot, well, we get 1 Reformation belief for finishing Piety. We're going to go Underground Sect, and it allows our spies to apply religious pressure. So it's a handy thing. And we got this. Send him up there. We got this. We're going to send... Let's send this guy down there. Put him in. That was without range, so I think that we just sent that to there, which is all right. We're going to use our religious function to clear out the counter religion, or the opposing religion. Bismarck's declared war on Gandhi, so we need to get our troops up there so we can secure ourselves a melee spot next to the capital. Sorry, it gets a little ill. Go to a combustion next, so we can get access to light tanks as well as the modern destroyers. Bro, really? That's horrifying. Okay, so we're going to use our artillery here just to start double striking. And we've got a place secured. Okay, so we're going to start working on the rest of our freedom tree. Really? He's got... Oh, okay. We'll let Germany take that out. Or try to take it out. I'm sure they can. Capitalism for extra happiness. How ironic. Double strike. Get our Cristo Redentor so we can decrease. This is a nice wonder because as you get late game, what this does is it reduces the cost of the policies by 10%. So as you get late game, your cost of your policies go up and up and up. And, you know, if we build it now, it's going to reduce this by 360. That's just really helpful. That's almost 400 culture off. It's going to stay here. And we're going to put these guys into fortify mode, and that way they actually get a bonus, as well as they don't keep prompting me turn after turn. Gonna send these destroyers here. That way, if India we take actually Delhi, then we won't have to. We'll need that. Start cracking that quicker. If we take Delhi, this will give them less of an opportunity to. If for some reason Germany doesn't take this city on the East Coast, we can take Delhi and hopefully actually knock them out quick. Because the more time you give, especially a civilization like India, they're gonna found more and more cities, so it gets kind of tedious. I love how none of these are freaking units are attacking. What a joke. Really, dudes? You're gonna attack strictly with frigates? What a clown. Yeah, get out of here. Too good. He's done. We're going to do universal healthcare for the local happiness for wonders. There we go. Boom. That's it. Love this city. This is a freaking huge city. The borders are just terrific. And then we actually need to start cranking out. Because we don't have access to all the nitty-gritty goody stuff with the mods for the units, we need to crank out a bunch more naval units. We need to get two more destroyers at least, and three more, three actual submarines. And it looks like we have access to some iron mines here. 9, and oh, the 3 was from him. Okay, we'll take 9 over nothing though. We're gonna give him plus range. Move him over here. Heal, alert. Get these guys moving over here because we want to cover this northern coast of Germany's territory. Pretty much a reverse U-boat situation. Could you imagine getting your territory stolen by 3 citadels in a row? That's annoying. So we're going to do that. We're going to do this. We're going to do, I think, what do we get? We're just going to do universal suffrage. Lower unhappiness and longer golden ages, which we like. We're going to vote no on this. And yes on the international games. Another confession to make. Looks like Riga's at war with Germany, which we'll take advantage of. We're gonna do naval games next because we're gonna be doing a lot of naval battles. Get Sparta here. We're gonna collapse the unit tree and get started on international games. We're just gonna buy the medical lab outright. Stop growth here because we're at max with unemployed citizens. We're going to get the international games going, and then we are just going to buy the medical lab because I don't like seeing buildings there. We're going to send him down to Corinth. Perfect. There we go. Oh yeah, honey, buddy, you're gonna pay for it.
Also, raus damit.
Oh, lad, bull talk, busy. So we've got 2 sources of uranium here, which we'll send him down to cap that. Yeah, we're gonna hose this entire... We're gonna start moving materials, so we got to free... anything else we get from Valletta, I think, we're gonna just start holding on to, like these Marines. And because we don't want to get too overwhelmed by the land units of Germany. They do have an advantage for us on there. Now we're going to go into radar because we'll give us access to the bombers, which we want. Gotta love that good old air support. Going to move the submarines out a little bit farther out so that we have access to the shipping lanes. New deal for landmark improvements. Get this here so we can get our hands on 4 uranium. That's nice and solid. The complete package whip. We got a writer, which we're going to fill out to give us access to another policy, which will go Arsenal of Democracy for increased production on military units. We've got Marines here we're going to deploy around the flank to catch this Gatling gun as well as try to protect the artillery. Then we're just going to keep the destroyers here to catch any ships being built. We are going to polish off radar quick, which enough production carries over to catch combined arms nearly. Let's see here. Perfect. There we go. We're going to go Manhattan Project here. We're going to buy the airport there. We're going to go Pentagon there. And then start building some bombers to help our land component knock out Germany. Ecology is nice because it gives us access to solar plants, recycling centers. Solar plant is a really good production boost facility, and if you are on desert tiles, you can get access to that. So that's where the German Navy's at. We're going to swing around south and catch those guys. But we are going to leave our submarine here. Their finest hour is a good one. Really boosts your... Ooh, shoot. That was it. What killed him? Oh, it was double artillery. we're going to do commerce next. I should have done exploration. Wasn't thinking. Okay, so still got a little, definitely still got a fight ahead of us here because once we knock Germany out, when we do, we still have to take care of all this. And now they've got Great War bombers. He's got a lot of Great War bombers, and it looks like they both are starting to have that quite a bit. What the heck? Who the heck did he just take over? Interesting. There's a whole engagement going over there. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now we can move them into Delhi, and we can clean up all their artillery cluster, and we can just take the city over now. We're going Siege 3. We're doing max damage on the city. We're going for double strike, repair of return, and range, so we can get farther attack. 1, 2. I can't even believe that hit that. Just stacking a lot of bombers is going to be the way to kind of win that. Recycling center, solar plant. We're going to go Sydney Opera House, and then bomber, bomber, bomber. We're going to go School of Equestrian Art, and then solar and recycling. And then we're going to go exploration next, so we can get better visibility and movement range with our naval units, both civilian and military. Move him there. Ooh, that's a good one. Tanks. What a dick. The nice thing is with great person units, like when your bomber hits them, it's a one hit. Also with religious it appears good. So I'm trying to limit his ability to move around the area. We're just going to adopt this for the sake of adopting it. I mean, there is benefits to it, but it's not really why we're doing it. Cool. Clean up his defenses here. Stop them from hitting our aircraft or our ships. Stack up more bombers. We're going to get a large air corps. And in fact, we're going to leave him here to catch anything coming out of Berlin. We're going to leave our U-boat here to catch anything coming out of Hamburg. And we are going to move that there. Yeah, oh, now I see. There we go. There we go. Bing, bang, boom. We're just gonna make that into a puppet for the time being because it's a little more strategically useful than just straight out raising it at the moment. Let's finish him off. Finish them off, and then move this infantry unit north. Move this tank unit east. Keep him in there to provide some strength, and then keep that guy there for better heals. And we are going to make one aircraft that actually has a ground unit focus attack buff, and then move him directly into Delhi. We would move into Mumbai because they're closer. Not that we can't still hit them from here, but it's too low, and there is several military units in a space or two that I can't really see. So we'll just be safe than sorry. Oh, we need to catch that settler. We're going to build some atomic bombs. We're going to use up all our uranium, and we're going to get some strategic weapons in place to probably start nuking some of his cities that have the actual anti-air, or bomber components. Like, we don't want him to build up too much of a, like, he's almost completely modernized this. Where was it at? Oh, where the hell was it at? He literally had a 5-banger here of, did he get nuked? He had like 2 Great War bombers and 4 bombers actually there. He might have him on an aircraft carrier now, so that's interesting. Not good habit to target civilian personnel, but I mean, come on. It's a game. I'm not going to say I try not to do it. I pretty much do it every time, so I need to be careful about saying something silly like I don't. It's just so helpful. I mean, it disrupts their economy in the sense that they can't develop tiles. So, shame on me. Move our marine contingent and artillery units east. Polish up Berlin, and then move on to the final stretch. Sorry about that. I play Lord of the Rings Rise to War is evident on my channel, and there is a... there's people... We were considering doing a Elite Units Tactics Evolved non-RP season, and people were talking about what to use on Theoden. And they were just saying, the Bonites on Theoden is really strong if you take Dispersion, because the Dispersion procs the mounted combat. And I'm so glad. I'm pretty sure they're fixing that, and I really hope they do, because it's garbage. That the baby 2,000, 1,000, 2,000 damage from Dispersion procking a 70% bonus from mounted combat on the Bonites to do like 10, 12, 15k damage is just bonkers. I thought it was crap. Let's see here. Eat it! That's right. Goodbye, Schweinhund. Oh man. There's a lot going on here. We need an ally in the area. We're going to pledge to protect our homeboy here. Crap, I didn't notice the project's underway with Naval Games. I might just nuke those guys just for the sake of nuking them. Which is a terrible thing to want to do, but it's a game. How much is on the water? Water, water, water. 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of these on the water. That's utterly awesome. 1, 2. Okay, so most of our opposing force is on the water. So we are going to start. Well, we're going to heal the rest of our troops here. Hell yeah. Can I... We're going to move our entire Air Force contingency into... Or I should say we're going to move our entire Air Force wing into Berlin, and that way by the time we get our hands on stealth bombers, we should be in range tile-wise, especially with the upgrade, to strike Berlin, or strike from Berlin across the ocean. And man, that feels like surreal how much like that is, how much that is reminding me of like World War II documentary. Yeah, I think we're going to keep our our 2 submarines here. Can I hit this? Oh, I can't. Oh, that's Kringu. We're going to put him in sleep mode. Sleep mode. Move him there. Move him there. Sleep mode. Well, we're getting down to the wire here, folks. Last 2 civilizations, and I'm wondering who's going to take what. We're going to go to telecommunications so we can get access to nuclear subs. Move that there, move him here, put him into sleep. Cool. Our small land contingent is almost done. Put him there. Him there. Oh, it's so close. In fact... Yeah, we're going to move them across the water. I don't know why I just didn't think they were going to get that city was going to get taken that quick. Now we're going to hope that he does not have nuclear warheads. That's a bomber. So 3 bombers, 4 bombers, and he could have units in the naval. So he could have remaining air components in a naval aircraft carrier. Okay, cool. So, well, we just took care of those because I think those guys die. Okay, so we're going to cut off military production for the time being. We are actually going to go back to... Well, you know what? We'll make one more atomic bomb, and then we're going to just go to research because we want to get access to the stealth bombers as quick as possible. They're higher strength. They hit harder, and they hit faster, and they hit farther. They don't really hit faster because we have instant turn turned on, but I just mean in the sense of, you know, making a full sentence out of the harder, faster, stronger. So, heal there. Yeah, plenty to hit here. We're going to put a anti-air mobile SAM in there. Not that we particularly need it, but for the sake of... And actually, we're going to make a carrier so we can position the carrier here to nuke the shit out of the cities down there. Boom. Okay. So, sorry about that. Wanted to just pop in and say hi to the wife. Love saying that. Just got married this year. And big fan of having a wife. As dorky as I'm sure that sounds. We're going to heal our boys. We've got our aircraft carrier, which we're going to do... Okay. And we're going to reposition our... Bruh, really? Okay. Kind of annoying. That's alright, though. We'll make more. Oh my gosh, Spain was there too. Interesting. We're gonna hit space to cycle through those, let them sleep, and then we're gonna keep our destroyer fleet a little bit farther north. Obviously these show to be empty, but I don't know how many more there are. And actually, maybe we should spread these guys out just a little bit. case there is a frickin' nuke on board. Send him down here. Okay. So we look to be clear of nukes, at least on that city and naval carrier group. Cool. So that one's done. We did that, and the nice thing is these things are so freaking fierce. With these guys down south here, puts them in striking range of the remaining naval units. Get those 2 carriers going. Hide them under the ice. Actually, I'm going to bring them back because now we have access to nuclear submarines. We're going to go satellites next to reveal the entire duration of the map. Going to... We'll get our next proposal going after we assign our actual cities to work the first one. We'll do the CNN Tower Wonder. We're going to buy the bomb shelter, do this. Buy the bomb shelter, do this. Click that off. Move on to our proposal, which we're going to go into the aeronautical engineering so we can get advanced range and combat on our aircraft. Another +2, so base... So base range, whatever that is, and then we'll have +2 from our promotion and then +2 from that. Ooh, okay. Okay. Okay, so he does have bombers, so we are going to... We're actually going to step over here. And we are going to nuke the shit out of these cities. And then we're going to sail him down here, and then we're going to use this nuke to nuke that. And we're going to use this nuke to nuke this. And that removed 2 aircraft carriers, a privateer, and 2 semi-modern nuclear era bombers. So from there, we're going to hit... oh, we out of range. We're going to hit that. We're going to hit this. We're not doing too bad, honestly. I mean, we're doing really good. Being silly there. Upgrade that. Gonna move him down there to catch up with his flight group. Golden Age coming out of there. Hitting that, hitting that. Hitting that. Hitting that. Gonna kill him. Ooh, not gonna target that. That's a... Move this here. Good cargo for the upgrade. Really? Why is that a thing? I guess I'd rather have that intel there, to be honest.
We're going to take that to create a puppet and create a puppet. So we're going to... We're going to assign him to Berlin because that's a capital. And we are going to move this here, this here, this here. Upgrade him to a nuclear submarine. Go to Hubble Space. Next. Pardon me. So I think we have to do a couple more because we have to do some base. I think we have to do computers. Okay, so that's done. We're actually going to declare war on him, and that way we can keep our units moving and also gaining experience in the interim while we're waiting for the cooldown. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. The worker was bombarded. Okay, so we're good with that. I don't know why, but we're going to help him fight off some of these units. Probably just for the experience, I guess. We're going to delete that. We're going to delete this. We're going to delete him. Delete him, or let him go. Now we're at the point where we can fully apply our delegates and always get what we want. Alright, so working on Aeronautical Engineering Corporation, which allows us to get farther range, combat strength, and production bonus. Getting mobile tactics next, and then actually we're going to go lasers next, because then it puts us one away from stealth. Damn, it's annoying. Okay, almost. Okay, so robotics is the last one. Man, I forgot how many of these tie in together. Can we declare war yet? Not yet, so it's kind of annoying. So we're going to bring him up. We want to spec out this area. Yeah, we're going to keep those guys there. Still can't declare war. God, that's annoying. Took out his great general. which, if you don't know, if you leave the Great General alive and you keep it with your troops, it'll actually give a field bonus, like a field strength buff. So removing that is actually better for us. We're going to bring that there. We're going to stealth. Can we finally declare war? Thank you. Jeez. Okay, so I'm going to clear that guy out. He's got a lot of anti-air. He's smart. Just gotta be careful. Okay, so we did take... Okay, so we've taken 2 of his cities from him. And we're going to... We're going to actually need to build some... We're going to need to build a couple atomic bombs, I think, to... At least the nuclear missiles to clear out some of these anti-air SAM sites, because those are pretty strong and those could gut our... Those could gut our aircraft if we're not careful. Thankfully, it keeps moving land units onto sea for me to take. That's hugely helpful. We're gonna hit both. We're gonna hit one of those apparently. Okay. So we've got three units of modern armor coming down. Paratrooper battalion. Okay, cool. We give it to him because we don't need that. We're going to weaken him there. We're going to hit this, hit this. We're going to move the 2 slightly older bombers down there since it'll put them more in range of these. And then as soon as we can declare war, we're going to declare war just to make this a little tougher for ourselves in the loosest sense. Put him in sleep mode after giving direct access to this. Not a chance, buddy. Your ass is grassed, mon ami. Oh, there we go. Goodbye. Move our armor divisions up here. Upgrade these guys to an XCOM squad, which I was going to kick out of. Don't play the vanilla units very often, so it's always a kind of a meme when I see that. And get ready for the last round. So I'm about 10, 15 rounds out. Hello. Goodbye. 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 Doot doot. Doot doot. Doot doot. Doot. Doot doot. Do-do. Alright, so getting ready for the final assault here. Actually, we're already in the final assault, so one more turn should do it. I think so. Do it, do it, do it. There we go. Game over. We won. Thank you guys for joining another Civ game, episode 2 with Greece. I know we try to do a couple things differently, like pick slight variations to our religious mechanic. We also try to get into fighting and war a lot quicker so we didn't stay stagnant. I don't know if I'm always going to go for these global dominations. We might try switching it around or adding more. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you have a good afternoon. Take care.